Click on the subscribe button and remember to press the bell icon for regular notifications from our digital blogger. Hello friends, welcome to our digital blogger. Today we are going to review Ventura Securities. It's a full service stockbroker. In this review, we will be talking about this company's background, pricing, brokerage, trading products, trading platforms, customer service, exposure, and few other factors that can help you to figure out whether Ventura Securities is a good enough stockbroker for you or not. Let's get started. So as mentioned, Ventura Securities is a full service stockbroker launched in the year 1994. Now this broker is known for good research quality when it comes to trading calls, recommendations, research reports. From that perspective, it's a trustable stockbroker. At the same time, it provides you low exposure values, and the customer service is one gray area that can be improved. If you talk about trading products, they've got a decent range. You can trade and invest across equity, commodity, currency, derivatives, IPOs, and mutual funds. Well, this is an exhaustive list. There might be other particular trading investment products they will be coming up in the future, but as of now, it's a reasonable number. If we talk about trading platforms, well, they've got presence in different platforms, devices, be it a desktop-based solution or a mobile app or a browser-based application. Of course, they've got a back office as well. We'll start talking about each of these applications, and we'll get ahead with the mobile app first. For that, we need to check out Google Play Store. The mobile app of Ventura Securities is called Ventura Wealth. It's rated at 3.5, around 3,200 users. Now, the concern with this app is the app has been rated negatively by around 30% of the user base, which is really a high number. If you look at the focus of Ventura Securities themselves, the last update was done on 30th of March 2017. We are recording this video in June 2017, so it's been good 2 months that this app has seen an update. So certainly they need to quicken up that process and make sure that they update the mobile app, let's say in the range of 4 to 5 weeks to start with. The number of installs in the range of 1 to 5 lakh, it's a good number, but they certainly need to work upon some of the areas. So the application certainly has some concerns, things like the app hangs and freezes at times. In fact, it crashes too. The app will log you out if you are consistently logged into the application for, let's say, 15-20 minutes and you're doing your intraday trading. It's a possibility that the application will log you out automatically. Finally, there are some irrelevant security features which are reported by the users. They come from the client base using this application, and for them it's more of a hassle, more of a bad user experience. So from these aspects, they need to take that sort of feedback from their clients and make sure that those are incorporated within this mobile app. So certainly it has the potential to become a much better application from Ventura, but as of now the picture doesn't say that idea, and for now it's not a recommendable trading application from our end. So when we talk about other trading platforms offered by this stockbroker, the first one is Ventura Pointer. Now this is a terminal-based software, can be used across any particular laptop or desktop. You need to download it and install it onto your machine. In terms of features, it gives you an array of ideas here. So market watch can be set up, and then you can have a quick order placement. It gives you different data points to make objective judgments. And then at the same time, if you are looking to perform a technical or fundamental analysis, it gives you multiple types of features to do that. For intraday, you can have last 7 days of data. For historical or fundamental analysis, you can go back as 1 decade. Now, the only concern with this application is that you are supposed to pay a specific charge of using it. So you are supposed to pay 3,500 every month unless you generate a brokerage of that amount. If you don't do that, you will be charged 3,500 every month for using this particular application. Other than that, Ventura Wealth we have talked about. There is a web-based browser application as well, which is lightweight in nature and is responsive, but the number of features in that applications are still limited. So for now, if you want to go ahead and use a particular trading application from Ventura Securities, you can pick Ventura Pointer as the number one, as long as you are a heavy trader and can generate a good amount of brokerage for them, or you are okay to pay 3,500 rupees for trading platforms. Then the browser-based applications can also be used to an extent, but there will be limited features as we mentioned. So these are different trading platforms offered by the stockbroker. Let's head back to the presentation now. Then next up is pricing. So if you're looking to open an account with them, you are supposed to pay 450 rupees, which is a bifurcation of Demat and trading account. For maintaining your account with them, you need to pay 400 rupees every year to the stockbroker. So from that perspective, it certainly is a tad expensive. From brokerage, you're going to be charged only 0.2% for delivery. That means that if you trade for 1 lakh rupees, you are going to pay 200 rupees as brokerage charges only. There are some other plans offered by this full service stockbroker as well. To check that out, we need to go back to ourdigitalblogger.com. So plans in case of Ventura Securities are completely decided by the subscription amount you pay at the forefront. They have multiple plans that start from 1,000 rupees, go up to 10,000, 50,000 rupees. Once you do that, your overall brokerage gets very small. So from that perspective, you have to see what is your overall capital, what is the turnover you are looking to trade on the stock market, and correspondingly you can pick a particular brokerage plan. Then along with that, you are supposed to pay transaction charges as well. You have to be sure that the payment does not stop at account opening or maintenance charges or brokerage. There are few other payments you are supposed to provide back to your stockbroker, and out of that, transaction charges is one of the biggest ones. Now they charge you 0.00325% for equity delivery and intraday, which is the company, in fact it's a industry standard. Similarly, for future and options, it's 0.0190 and 0.0050. So from these numbers are pretty standard values. In fact, there are a lot of stockbrokers that might charge you a lot of transaction charges percentages. But in case of Ventura Securities, they've got a reasonable transaction charge set up for their clients, and they don't really ask you much ahead than the industry standard. So from that perspective, it's definitely one of the positives of Ventura Securities. Moving ahead, if we talk about exposure or leverage, some people also call it margin. Well, people who don't understand how this concept works, basically it's kind of a short-term loan offered by your stockbroker at a specific interest rate. Now this interest rate can be in the range of 15 to 20%. It really depends on the kind of stockbroker you choose. For Ventura Securities, the equity exposure is at 5 times for intraday and 2 times for delivery. That would mean that if you have trading account balance of 10,000 rupees, for intraday you can make a purchase of up to 50,000 and delivery up to 20,000. In other segments, you do get minuscule exposure values. If you look at the industry standards, there are a lot of stockbrokers that provide much better, like 4 times, 5 times, 6 times exposure values than Ventura Securities does. So if exposure is number one area or one of the top criteria for you to pick a stockbroker, in that case Ventura Securities is going to disappoint you. Moving ahead, if we finally talk about the positives and negatives of opening an account with Ventura Securities, we'll start with the positives first. So to start with, the research quality is good. In fact, you can certainly trust the kind of trading calls or recommendations you get from the research team of Ventura Securities. The number of trading products are also pretty wide. You can trade across multiple segments. And then the transaction charges, like we discussed, are reasonable in nature. The brokerage to an extent is also good. If you talk about other full service stockbrokers, from that perspective, Ventura Securities certainly looks a reasonable one. The negatives, however, include the customer service. Well, when it comes to number of communication channels or the overall quality of service, it can certainly be improved. It is, let's say, at an average level right now. The trading platforms, let's start with the mobile app. Certainly a lot of work needs to be done. And the Ventura Pointer, the terminal-based software, is chargeable. So from that perspective, not many stockbroker clients who are at least beginners in nature would like to pay for the trading platform. Then the high account opening fees and maintenance fees is also a concern, the total of 850 rupees. And lastly, we talked about the exposure. So from that perspective as well, Ventura Securities does not offer much of value to its clients. However, it really depends at the end of the day what kind of preferences you have, what is exactly you are looking for from a stockbroker, and based on that you can make a choice. So if you want to talk to the executive of Ventura Securities, what you can do is check out this link, digitalblogger.com/Ventura Securities, open Demat account, put in your details there, and we will be setting up a call back for you absolutely free. Otherwise, if you're looking for a stockbroker that matches exactly with your requirements, or you want us to help you out in figuring out the best stockbroker for you, what you can do is check out this other link, digitalblogger.com/free callback broker choice. Put in your details there and we will set up a call back for you. So that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching it. We hope you liked it. In case you did, please go ahead and press the thumbs up button. We'll really appreciate that. You can also subscribe to our channel, Digital Blogger, at YouTube for similar videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching the video again. Bye-bye.